Hello. We got one.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Senioritis. Oh no. That's terrible.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Something Mac was watching.
Oh, hold on. I was trying to get coffee and spilled sugar all over the floor. I'm gonna be a second.
One.
I wish.
WV. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. Hi, WV. How is this youth?
I'm Peachy.
It's better than Ducky, right?
Sure. I'm making
Everybody
it.
came in with their cameras off today. What is going on?
What? Here, I'll fix it. Hold on.
I'm trying to clean up sugar so that Jasper doesn't come out here and step in it, or else I'd just leave it there.
It's just because you're so sweet.
Yeah.
If you don't
I'm
mind
not
watching me eat,
gonna
then that's fine.
I
It'll be
just
like everybody else.
housed my dinner from Texas Roadhouse. Bloomin' onion. I ate more than half. It's okay. It's tomorrow.
Jealous.
Hey, it was for the kids' fundraiser, so.
I was
I'm
gonna
eating
say,
free fried
remind me
strawberries.
tomorrow.
See, I'm
kids.
jealous.
They're dipped in yogurt. I think. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
What?
Sounds like you got balls in your mouth or something. Took 2 minutes.
802. 802.
Oh, I can't say it because I'm going to be even worse.
It wasn't me.
Especially, don't make me choke on it.
Isn't that what they want, though? Is you to choke on it? Okay.
No, we don't. We don't.
We have to behave, Tasha.
At least
said it
until
first.
9.
We need to behave.
I don't know what that word means.
We know. So, cool fun fact. I told a couple people, just because me and my big mouth and I can't keep secrets and fun stuff. So, other than the people that I've told, has anybody ever heard of Roots Tech before? Probably not. So, for a genealogist, Roots Tech is like the mecca of genealogy stuff. So it's the LDS Church, it's Family Search. It's where all the actual records from Family Search are. So they contacted me yesterday and I'm gonna do a video call with them tomorrow, but they want me to do some promotional videos for Roots Tech. So it's like once a year they have this huge conference center. People join, like they fly to Utah just to go to this stuff, and there's presentations and all sorts of stuff. But I was hoping that they'd be like, here, we'll fly you out to do a presentation, but you never know, maybe they still will.
Tell them that all you want for it is tickets to go out there.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then pack me in your suitcase.
I knew that was coming.
Yep. I'll try to squeeze into it really small, or I'll just get you a really big suitcase.
I have a really big suitcase for
Yeah,
when we
just
went to
tell
the UK.
them that the reason it weighs 170 pounds is because you have all your genealogy books in it that are going with you, and when they scan it, just say there's an ancestor in there.
I'm just bringing your cousin. It's okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Look at the dog. The doggy.
Mine's just over here licking himself.
That's because he can. Don't be jealous.
So how's everybody's week been going?
You already know.
Stay out of bars, Tasha.
Which bars? Like the ones you drink at or the ones you're behind?
I don't know. Whichever fits the narrative.
Both. Relaxation comes from both.
Hi, B. Hello.
Now he's the only one without the camera on.
Don't make Jay put on.
My stuff has been messing up, so.
I was gonna say, don't make Jay put on like a silly face thing.
Maybe I could do. Oh, can I do it? I can do it.
You do it. Yes. WV.
Field goal.
Okay, hold on. Why isn't it working?
I need one of those little paper things. to shoot to
Yes.
it.
The football. Nice.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Aw.
How you doing?
Meow.
Oh my god, I look like a chipmunk.
That's funny.
I can't even like. Oh god.
I
Okay,
almost forgot it.
serious.
You're right.
Serious.
So who has cemetery stuff to bring up? Since this is like the first week that none of us could pretty much do anything.
Oh, that you
I
speak for
could.
yourself, young lady. You speak for yourself. It's been 70 degrees here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it has been here too, but we've been working while it's 70 degrees and stuck inside.
So that sucks to suck.
No, that's the strawberries.
We finished Edward Cemetery. We got the last stone in. I probably have a picture of it. Oh, I know I do. But like all the stones are back up. I found where all the footstones but one went. I can't read it, so I can't tell who it goes to. It was leaning up against a tree.
America.
Never.
We are listening.
Yes. Sorry.
You're fine. And then I raked a bunch of leaves and stuff like that. And then I saw a cool stone. It's not a cool. I call it a stone. It's not a stone at all.
Hey,
I just
Chris.
let coffee go up my nose. Just
And
that was.
B did some research on it, but
Ooh.
so it's all metal.
It is or is not.
It is. It's a metal cast something. Don't know what. But weirdest thing I've ever seen. It says "made by father" at the bottom.
Oh.
Is it cast iron?
It's not iron.
Iron wouldn't be that great, would it?
No, cast iron would be from 1888.
Oh yeah.
It would be rusted by now. Cast steel would be rusted. They didn't have. Like you can't. I don't think you can cast stainless, but they didn't have it then.
Yeah.
It's silver. I got another picture.
That's got to be zinc. Jay, did you have a magnet?
I did not.
Okay. Could it have been made in the early 1900s?
Well, it was made by the father, and he moved away. But okay, you can see right here. That's a little chip, and it's silver.
Yeah, that's zinc.
It's like 2 inches wide. It does sound hollow, but it's very thick.
It doesn't have the ring like a Zinky does.
Doesn't have the
Well,
yeah,
it's
but
not. It's not going to because it doesn't have the dimensions of a zinky.
right of a normal zinky. I don't know.
Let me see.
Oh,
But again, it says right on it, made by father.
B, you said that you did research on it?
So I found out that her father was pretty well off. He was working as a cigar manufacturer with his brother. He also worked at a metal place, non-specific metal place, as according to the census. And then he moved out to Iowa because he was having issues with his brother. And I found a news article that says that he requested to be buried next to his daughter, and his brother did not want to receive his remains and told him to just go away.
wow.
Wow.
So the people of Iowa gave him a good burial, but not to his wishes.
Well, they couldn't help that if his brother wasn't.
Come here. Come here.
Well, literally, he had it all written out when he died, because he was old. He was, well, 68. I guess it's not old, but back then it was.
Speak for yourself, young man.
I did say back then. He had a letter written out because it wasn't suicide, but he written it out and said that to contact his brother and that he wanted to be buried next to his daughter because there was only him and his wife and his daughter. They didn't have any other children.
What year did the dad die?
1925.
Oh wow.
And he's buried in Iowa. His wife is buried in Brooklyn.
She's buried in Binghamton.
Damn. I hope they're all linked together on Find a Grave.
They are not. I already sent requests for everything, so.
Good job, B.
Good job.
So, as I said, as the census record stated, that he worked as like the cigar manufacturer, and then he also worked at a metal place and a non-specific metal place at that. So,
I don't think it's zinc.
It could be
I
some kind of alloy if he worked with metal.
I just tried Googling to see if I could find anything that looked like it, and I can't.
It's the most bizarre stone. Like I've seen a cast iron one. Which you
yeah,
don't
cast
see a lot.
iron would be brown.
Right, I've seen cast iron ones. They're rusty. It's obviously able to see zinc, and I don't think aluminum was being made in 1888.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Oh, yeah.
It's metal.
Yeah. 1888, huh? I would take a very strong magnet to it and see what you get. If you get any repel or any attraction whatsoever, it's not going to be aluminum. Right.
If it's like me, it won't attract to anything.
Jeez, it's a J stone.
I mean, just looking at it, I would have thought aluminum of some sort. Because it looks like it's got some white oxidation on it.
Yeah, there
He's
is.
got a side one.
There is a
Yay.
little chip missing.
Chaos is asking if it's soft or hard.
Oh, it's hard. There's a little chip missing right here, and that's bright silver.
Yeah, that would lead me to think
14.
aluminum too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's hollow. It's thick. It's like 2 inches thick. It's hollow though. When you bang on it, you can hear it does have a slight ring to it.
I mean, why do we think it's not zinc though?
It's just the wrong color.
No, I see zinc like that.
But it
It's a
was
little
handmade.
darker.
It But it was made by the father.
It says made by
Yeah,
father.
It was specifically made by my father, which is crazy.
He could have worked for the memorial company or another company that works with white bronze or zinc.
Right.
Is
It
this
could
a-
be zinc, but because it's like right there where the inscription is, it's only about an inch thick, if that.
Right.
Just on the outside border, it's an inch and a half, 2 inches thick. So it's going to sound different when you knock on it than it would as a bigger zinky monument.
Right.
It just doesn't have that hollow ring to it.
Right.
But that's because of the dimensions.
I mean, I have
I think
seen
it's
some.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I have seen some zinc that's darker like that, but most of the time it's really bright.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it has texture to it. That's what's throwing me
It
off.
does look like that too to me,
It does have some texture to it.
almost like sandpaper, kind of.
Yeah.
It's like it was in a sand mold.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is very interesting.
And I was just walking through the cemetery, and it was like from 30 feet away. I was like, "What is that?"
And right across the top, it looks like a casting seam.
Yeah.
Your finger disappeared, but yeah, there it goes. Yeah,
So did mine.
Yeah, that's all I got.
and that's without a green screen.
Or brown.
Hi.
No. Oh, can I tell Justin my little news? Have you ever heard of Roots Tech?
Yeah.
They want me to do some promo videos for them.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
That's awesome. That's big. Roots Tech is growing.
Yeah, genealogy mecca. I mean,
Right.
I'd much rather have, hey, here's some tickets. We're gonna bring you here. Okay,
Oh yeah. Well, you might work up
Maybe
to that.
next year they'll give you tickets.
maybe.
That's cool. Roots Tech is it's a big deal.
I know. I was like,
Really big
really? And she's like, yeah. Okay. So I got to do a video call with her tomorrow at 7. I think it
Oh,
is.
Ooh.
cool. Very cool.
Don't forget to mention cinnamon.
You know, I'm really upset. So I even boosted that video when I reposted it, and it went flat. Like that was not. It didn't go over well.
The
'Cause
world
I'm like,
the world's not ready for cinnamon, I guess. It
Maybe you
wasn't
should have
meant to
taken
be.
that one headstone out of there and stopped blocking things. Maybe it would have gone viral at that point. I'm just
Shorter
throwing it out
shorts.
there.
If you ever do that, please let me know so I don't have to rewatch that.
Oh, come on, why not?
Shorter shorts would have gone a long way.
Oh yeah, booty
Shorts probably
shorts.
would've gotten you more views.
Yeah.
And
He didn't need the shorter shorts with what Allie blocked out. That's just
you
really
you could have done like Jackass the movie and got some fake nuts and hung them from your.
walk around like the bad grandpa thing and just have them swinging and hitting the headstones.
hey, I had to edit that. Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service. That's funny.
Poor Allie. You can tell in the video she's trying not to laugh.
So Justin was on the news again.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Amanda sent me the video, and I was like sitting in my chair watching it, and I popped up on there, and I was like, and my wife looks at me and she goes, "What's the matter? What's the matter with you?" And I was like, I was speechless. And then I showed her, and my daughter comes over, and she goes, Levi, I'm viral and you're not. That was the funniest part of the whole thing. So that was cool.
Yep. So make sure everybody And I really think it works from everything. So I've watched a bunch of content creators, how they tell you how the algorithm works, which we all know could be, should be, maybe how it works. Who knows? But liking, commenting, not just smiley faces anymore. So trying to get a couple words in, even if it's like, you did a great job, perfect. And favorite and reposting. So I'm everybody's homework is to try and do that at least 5 times this week.
Mm.
I mean,
Trying to
WV
repost.
is a master at it, but
Yeah. He's the master reposter.
Hey, whatever.
oh, my brain went somewhere else.
I would post them stuff.
Gator.
Something that rhymed with alligator instead of poster.
Huh?
I gotta go get some worms.
I'll text you. Hold on. So I'm not saying
I'm sorry.
it.
My ADD brain kicked in. I'm confused.
Hold on.
Debater. You know,
Debate's
when
fun.
you debate things, you're a debater.
But you're a master.
Are you a
Master
master debater?
debater.
Sure. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
I just texted you.
Oh, I got it. Sorry.
Thank you.
Got it.
Hi, baby girl.
Tasha says, hi, baby girl. Yes, thank you, Work Chaos Reigns. We appreciate it. So, like, there's supposed to be some numbers thing. So it's like you get 1 point if somebody watches it, like 2 points if they like it, another 2 points or whatever each time. Hey, Pedro. If that's true, I don't know. Justin's the one that's doing like the amazing things on the growing of the account.
I don't know how it works.
What?
I don't know how it works. I
Have
I
you
just post
sent
stuff.
out my hat yet?
Throw a dart. Hopefully it lands in the right spot.
Yeah.
Just don't rinse the stone and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's the one Allie gets the most views on.
That's just crazy to me.
20, I think it's up to 23 million.
What is the one that you didn't rinse on?
Yeah.
Do you still get
Once in
paid
a
for
while.
that?
No, so I wasn't in the creator. They didn't actually have the same creator program they do now
Right.
because it was like 2 years ago now almost. So no, I don't. But once in a while, I'll get a little post. Somebody liked your video, and I'm like, oh Jesus, that one. Oh, okay. 6 or more words.
It just goes to show that the ones that people put the bad comments on get the most views.
That's why the pink lady's doing so well.
Yep.
That's why you gotta take the damn poor little gravestone off of me. You probably get some bad comments.
Take it out! Take it out!
So,
I just caught an STD to the eyeball.
so my buddy at work today sent me a video, and it was of clean girl, and it was a new video that she posted where she was cleaning graves at night in the cemetery. And she showed a picture of her with some guy and said, I'm friends with the cemetery guy, so I'm going to do this to surprise him when he gets to work in the morning, whatever. So she shows that picture and says, I'm friends with the cemetery guy. I'm assuming to act like she got permission to be there doing it, right? And then at the very end of the video, she is there talking to this guy, right? And saying, oh, look how clean the gravestones are. Isn't this great? And he gives a thumbs up. The funny thing is, though, is that he's got a mask covering his entire face. So you can't see who it is. And I'm like, wow. And he sent me the message or the video, and he says, I think she's doubling down on this now. But like, because obviously she's been in the news a couple of times now in the last 2 weeks, and like the majority of people are going on there and saying she doesn't even have permission to do this. So I think that was a sad attempt at her saying, well, I know the cemetery guys, so I'm out here doing it. But like, and he just goes, it's pretty bad.
And it's not the fact that and there's been talk that us as grave geeks bully or make fun of people. It's not the fact that we don't like her success. That's one thing I want to put out there. I don't care if I am so happy for Justin and his accounts and them going nuts. I hope it happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that she's getting likes. That's not my problem. My problem is she's not using the right cleaner. She's harming it. We don't know if she actually has permission, so that makes it sketchy right there. But mostly it's she's using the wrong stuff. Permission or no, I don't care whatever outfit you want to wear, a bikini while you're cleaning because it gets you views, fine, whatever. As long as you're doing it the right way with the right stuff, then I will repost your video too. So, Mac, if you want to put on a bikini and go clean.
I will wear a bikini.
I already have screenshots of him in a bikini.
Put on a banana hammock.
We've had enough of you, Jay. We've seen. No, not what I'm talking about, kid. Nope. I was telling Mac he can go wear a bikini and clean if he wants to.
Yeah.
Again?
Well, he did it a couple months ago. I have the screenshots of him in the bikini top.
There you
we're
go.
back to the 80s and 90s. There we go.
So,
The big thing for me with her is that she's just spreading bad information.
yeah, definitely.
So that was the whole purpose of the video that I posted was, I figured it was going to do well, but I didn't expect it to do as well as it did. But the idea was, one, maybe she'll see it. Probably not, but maybe she'll see it and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm not doing this the way I should be. I was pretty doubtful of that. But start the discussion of why she's doing things why the way that she does it is wrong. And that's where a lot of kickback is coming right now. There's a lot of people are saying, well, it's clean, but they obviously don't understand that, the big thing is everybody says, dude, it's stone. What are you going to do to a piece of stone? It's just uneducated people or educated people that aren't educated in cemetery and monument preservation. Making comments that you can't hurt a piece of stone.
There's even monument people that are telling you to use the wrong stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or people that are condoning pressure washers.
Yeah, well, monument companies will tell you to use vinegar and muriatic acid and stuff like that, which we know is not great advice. So it's not super surprising,
Yeah, I started to get into it with one lady over the Book of the Faces that was talking about using acid when kids were cleaning these stones. The cemetery that you cleaned out.
I've had my fair share of monument masons from England and stuff comment on my videos, and somebody commented that said you can't do that where I live or whatever. And in one of the local cemeteries, they're laying headstones down, blah, 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 blah. And I said, let me guess, the UK, that's not surprising. And I got raked through the coals by this lady because I was talking bad about the UK. And I told her, I said, no, I'm just saying, I know a lot of people from the UK that say that happens there. And that's what I was saying. I'm not surprised by that because that's what they do. It's their mode of operation. But yeah, it just goes to say that you can't say anything without somebody getting that, you know. But
I mean, they can't really talk in the UK. I went through and walked through Highgate. We were in there like 3 hours, and I was. My husband just says longer, and there was several that you could have slid into it, and their stuff toppled over, leaning sideways. So like, they don't. Oh, it looks cool. That's fine. If you want to let it degrade and you want it to fall apart, then that's fine.
Right.
But
like, you could have slid into the grave.
yeah,
I want to go.
no.
This lady
Taking graveyard tourists a little too seriously.
she essentially got to the point where she told me I didn't understand what a topple test was, and I was like, no, I fully understand what a topple test is. And she said they do that to keep it safe so that people don't get hurt and injured and killed, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, you could take the same amount of effort, the same amount of time, and stabilize those monuments rather than lay them down. She says, well, you need permission to do that from the family because that's altering the monument. And I said, and laying it down isn't? Well, no. I said, seriously? Like, just taking it and shoving some gravel underneath it is altering it, but laying it down isn't? I don't understand that way of thinking, but whatever.
It's ridiculous.
It is, isn't it? It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I mean, you run more of the risk of damaging or breaking the damn thing laying it down than you do just shoving a shovel full of gravel under the corner of it, you know?
Right.
That's us damn Yanks thinking with our brains and stuff.
Yeah, well, 1776. Oh, that's all I'm going to say.
We won.
Really mad because we dumped their tea in the harbor. We were pushing our tea over.
Yeah.
They're pushing gravestones over.
Yeah.
B, what you got on the screen?
So this is one of the stones that I like to use that I found that was damaged by, products that should not have been used.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
This
Look
this
at
is
that.
in St. Joseph Cemetery in Bay City.
Mix
St. Stan's.
Mix that with a little vein of limestone running through some marble, and that's what you get there.
Yeah, hold on.
Look at the wave.
Yeah.
That's the front.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Looks like it'd been whitewashed too.
It was.
Looks like paint.
Oh, clean girls been to Michigan.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
Oh, that's crazy.
Is that a military veteran marker?
Wow.
You tell me. I don't know.
It looks like the right
It's
size.
about the right size.
It almost looks like it's made out of concrete the way it's crumbling.
It's in the Polish cemetery, so I don't know if it's. I know a lot of the Polish stones look a lot like this, so it could just be a normal Polish stone.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. There is nothing to even distinguish who's buried here unless I go to the records.
Jeez.
And getting records for St. Stan's is pulling teeth unless you're related to them.
Good luck.
Is that all the same stone, or were these all different stones?
No, that's all the same stone, Tosh. That was all the same stone. That was the front, the back, and the side.
Yeah, that's a rough shape.
So see, that's what happens. You can actually harm stone.
Yeah.
You know that abracadabra stone that you guys love that I show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same cemetery.
Same cemetery.
No.
I'm not shocked. Yep. I feel bad for the poor stone. It's like, sorry.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, there's like at least 2 or 3 more stones like this,
Yeah.
and this is in one of the older sections.
That sucks.
It's
I wonder what
unfortunate
was
that
used on it.
it's unfortunate that the 50s and 60s were so bad to stones. You know, that's when what was it? Roman cleaner got real popular, which was bleach. And
I blame
old
Rolling
ladies all
Stones.
across the country went out and cleaned white stones with it.
Yeah.
Repeated.
I'm just happy the cemetery that I work in at Pine Ridge, it was abandoned in the 30s, and no one really took care of it until the 1990s.
Right.
So no one was in that cemetery because it was a spooky place, and the homeless lived in there. And
that's a really big cemetery too. Really, when you look at the whole grounds, you know.
Well, it's technically 3 cemeteries in one. There's the Soldiers' Rest, there's actual Pine Ridge, and then there's George Seaman Cemetery.
Right. I'm not thinking of the right cemetery. Sorry, I was thinking of
Oak Ridge.
Huh?
Oak Ridge.
No. Oh yeah, Oak Ridge. That's one.
Yeah. Yeah. West Cemetery. No, East Cemetery, and then that was West Cemetery.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've done a lot of work in that cemetery. We've been trying to repair and fix stones that someone went in there and didn't know how to do it. You actually made a video on it. The one with the big circle in the middle during the winter.
Oh yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy was so dumb. He was using Roundup. Oh my gosh, what is the bad weed killer?
Roundup.
Roundup. He was using Roundup around the stones. He was using bleach to clean the stones. He used cement to repair the stones.
That Roundup is actually really common. There's a lot of cemeteries out west, not super out west, but like lower Illinois and stuff. They use Roundup around stones just to keep the grass from getting close to them, so they don't have to weed whack. But they don't realize that they're doing worse damage with the Roundup than they do with the weed whacker. So.
Yeah, I'm just happy that the president grew a brain cell and kicked him out. So he's no longer in the cemetery, or allowed in the cemetery, I should say.
Oh, yeah. Well.
So end of year stuff. Does anybody have questions about, because I'm definitely not, I'm assuming from, you were talking about the tilt test, or maybe I'm using my nursing brain because there's a tilt table. Like if it's going to topple over, right? A topple test. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have questions? Like, hey, so-and-so's on. I wanted to pick your brain about blah, 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 blah. Can be anybody.
You're the monkey in the middle, woman.
What I do?
I don't know. Krista?
I have a question for him.
Oh, there you go.
Where's my hat?
Hey,
where's my
hat? That's all I know.
In protest.
Listen, I'm getting gray hairs.
I got mine.
I'm waiting.
In protest of you not getting your hat, I stopped wearing mine.
I'm still waiting, man.
All I know is that they're being made. So.
Gone Graving has a question. How many people have YouTube channels as well?
Am I going to get it next year too?
Oh. I didn't know that you guys had them. But I know that he did.
Yep. Next year, 2025.
Great.
I went through, and the only place that I am not Crazy Cemetery Lady is Reddit. Somebody else has that on Reddit, not it. North Central does too.
Oh, really?
Yep. But North Central's is really good. He posts some
Yeah.
amazing YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I went through and I grabbed my name on all the stupid socials.
It's unfortunate that YouTube uses such a different format than other apps, between Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. The YouTube videos have to be filmed horizontal, and if you try to use some kind of software to change it, the aspect ratio or whatever, it really distorts the video. So
Wow.
I try posting some of my content from TikTok on YouTube, and people complain about it because they're watching it on a tablet and it's vertical instead of horizontal and it looks stupid or whatever. I pretty much gave up on YouTube for the most part, just for that reason. You can't really cross post without doing a bunch of work. So.
That's kind of actually how I found you. Honestly, we were in Midland City Cemetery finding some relatives of mine, and I saw your little flyers that you put on next to the stones, and I was like, "Who is that?" And I ended up Googling who you were, and your YouTube came up.
Yeah, I used to post on YouTube. I posted a lot of how-to videos and stuff and things like that on YouTube for a little while, and I think I'm going to start doing that on here now. Not so much because I have a lot of people asking questions about how to do repairs and things like that. So I'm going to slow them down. I'm actually going to post some instructional type videos, I guess, to at least give people some sort of an idea what it takes to do this stuff. And
There you go.
yeah, I don't know. It'll change up next summer for a little while.
Just make sure you use pins, Justin. You're all good.
Oh yeah, I know. Believe me, I get told that every day at work by my buddy that doesn't even know what he's talking about. They use pins and owls.
Justin, before I forget, I have talked to the Oswego historian. He is looking into some stuff on Isaac. I think that was his name, right? Isaac. She's looking into some stuff on him, and she is getting a hold of
Granby.
Yeah. So she's, I guess their town supervisor is actually the one that does all of the historian work.
Oh.
You just have somebody else listed because he can't get paid for both jobs.
Oh yeah.
So.
I actually emailed Sean.
Did you?
Because me and Sean have talked a little bit over the last couple of years. His adopted son is actually a descendant of my fourth great grandparents also. I've gotten some information from him that didn't jive record wise before.
Yeah, I have to go there next weekend's the 16th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have a big DAR, SAR, and he'll be at that. But when I went last month, out of state for a funeral, so.
Sorry. But yeah, I emailed him and he emailed me back, and I gave him the information that I found, and he said he was going to get with the Granby historian too. He said they keep fantastic records there, so it's possible that there could be something about Benjamin in there. Would be really cool to find something. Maybe the other thing I was thinking about too was maybe Benjamin had a son that served in the Civil War that has a pension file that I could get. Maybe there'd be something in there about Isaac.
Yeah, and my mom actually lived in. It's like they were saying some of these things about where one of the records was, and it's like, oh, I know where that is.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, I haven't had time to dive into anything on that. I'm chomping at the bit. As soon as snow flies, I'm going to be on it every day, probably.
Right, and I was talking to her as well because that had found out in Oswego where there was this one cemetery that only had one person buried in it, and it just happened to be a Sperry. But there's no records on it. And she's like, yeah, all I have is something saying that that one person's buried there. No idea where the cemetery even is.
So, like this Sperry that we have here, nobody wanted to be around him either?
Wait, why am
I found Sperry's
We're good like that.
in Bay County.
I'm
It
a
runs in the
relative now. I
family?
can't laugh.
In Bay County?
Hmm. Yeah, that's where I'm going to be cleaning them. They're in Bay County. I found Sperry's here. So they're in Midland somewhere.
Mac, what was that guy's name that I sent you that witnessed Abraham Lincoln's assassination? Was that a
Oh,
Sperry?
God.
The woman was a Sperry, and she married that guy, and he's buried in Saginaw.
There's too many of them for him to remember.
I can't remember the name.
What she said.
Yeah, right. I'm going to find it in that text message that I sent you, and I'm going to go look for it this fall.
Okay.
It is fall.
There's too many
It's
of
almost
them.
winter.
Yeah, it's not winter till December.
Listen, up here it's probably going to be winter in 2 days.
Well, you guys can have it. Keep it for all I care.
No, we already had snowfall.
Here lately.
Oh, good.
It was.
Very beginning of October, we had some flurries.
Oh, Lord.
Brian, Josie asked if you saw the death certificate info.
Not all I have is for my third great grandfather is the one that you found. I haven't found nothing for Ripple yet.
Sorry, I didn't think that you saw it, so I just wanted to tell you.
No, you're good. Sorry, I was looking up something.
Oh,
Justin,
and
what cricket do you have?
Huh?
What kind of cricket do you have? Do you have a maker?
No, I got a Explorer Air 2.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that's what my mom was.
keep one. I should just buy a maker.
well, if I buy the next thing I'm buying is the U.S. cutter.
Yeah, right.
So I can cut 36-inch wide stuff.
You know, here's the thing. I'm really considering buying some stuff to do that in my garage, but I don't know if next spring I'm going to get the opportunity to buy that engraving business again. And if I do that, then I don't have to buy any of it. I'll have it all when I buy the business. So I'm holding off until that gets figured out. But I do want to try start to do some stuff just to play around with it, you know. But
Well, if you want, I can. If you want, my daughter can cut a mat for you, and then I can
really?
ship. You know, I have that mat that I use, so
Right.
you can experiment with it. If you want her to cut something on it, send me something you want to cut. I don't care if it's your name. I don't care what I cut.
yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
You know what I mean? And then I can just ship it to you, and you can experiment with it. It really holds up great to sandblasting. Way
you're
better than I
using-
thought.
You're using glass bead.
I'm using glass bead right now, but we did use iron oxide,
Yeah, not iron oxide, but
not iron,
aluminum oxide.
aluminum oxide. Right, we
Yep.
used aluminum oxide. There, we just found a place about a half hour away that sells everything, nozzles,
Yeah,
the other rubber that you can put on the masking, garnet,
yeah.
like anything you can think of for carving monuments and cutting stone.
Really?
They had
I don't have anything like that around here.
It's called Miles Supply, I think.
Oh,
They only
yeah.
have like 6
I've heard of them.
locations. One of them's a half hour away.
Oh, that's good. That's cool. They have monument setting compound too.
Yeah. Well, they have the what we were looking for was litho chrome, which is the paint you put inside of it.
Yeah.
That's what we were looking for, and we're like, oh, they're a half hour away. We're just going to go and talk to them. So that's ordering online.
Right.
So those slabs that you're getting, they're the cast offs or whatever. How expensive are the larger ones? Like that you could use as an actual tablet stone.
So Joe and Laura bought a 4-foot by 30-inch. That was $110 by 2 inches thick.
Okay.
That's a good sized stone.
Yeah.
The ones we're making for the ones we're getting for the Revolutionary War soldiers are 4 foot by 14 inch, so a little bit bigger than a normal soldier stone.
Yeah.
And they're $80 a piece. 3 inches thick.
Oh, that's not bad actually.
No.
That's
the expensive
that's
part
less
was
than
having a car. The expensive part was having a cart. That's $300 or $400.
Right.
So that's why we're like, we'll carve them.
And like we were talking the other night, you can't get a piece of countertop 1 inch thick for that price. So
yeah, and it's slightly softer than granite and way harder than marble.
Yeah.
Oh, Josie, Isaac Frost was my fourth great grandfather. He was born in Oneida County, New York. Died in Oswego County, New York, in 1863. But I guarantee
When was he born?
anything you find on him is going to be wrong.
I was just starting to type that any of the documents online are a bit questionable.
Yeah,
But
there's a very
we found out
common name.
his brother is Benjamin,
Yes, he has a brother named Benjamin.
not Button.
I know that now.
Benjamin Button. I feel like Benjamin Button sometimes. Aging.
Justin, when was he
It's
born?
fine.
1805.
In Oneida County.
November 11th, 1805, I think, and he died April 27th, 1863.
I wonder what the chances are our families knew each other.
Probably pretty good.
So, the funny thing with Oneida County, I'm not going to name specific names because this is work related and I don't want to get myself in trouble. But there's a town in Oneida County that is being sued right now for not releasing genealogical records.
Oh.
Yep, and I'm having to deal with that. My coworker sent it to me and he's like, "Oh, you'll like this one."
What town?
I can't
Can't say.
I can message you, but I can't get fired.
She likes her job.
Yes, I do.
Wouldn't happen to be Rome, would it? Okay. All right.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and I won't
message me.
answer that yes or no.
In the interest of public safety, we will not be answering that question at this time.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure my face just gave
Thank
it
you,
away.
Garrick.
No.
You'll have to message me. They didn't give it away to me, so.
Give it away now.
New York
Getting rid of
State DOH. Isn't on that
they
too.
were getting sued because they weren't giving the genealogical records that the person needed. They were refusing. So
They're essentially
Thank you,
requesting
Garrick.
to get citizenship over in Italy. And they need all of those, and the town was not researching enough.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So,
got to read through the whole 200-page document on that.
I'll tell you what, if that's the case, maybe some records that I might be finding from that. So, because it's my best educated guess that he was born around there. So,
Yeah, and I have a feeling that because they're not doing for like monetary value, they have judicial intervention. So essentially, the courts are saying like you have to do this, or you hand
Right.
over everything.
Well, they should do that for the whole state of New York. Really.
Yeah.
Yes.
New
Yeah.
York's
So
a pay.
yeah. Hopefully, with that being said, they would be more open to sending records out.
Right. I'm telling you, I'm not an emotional person. When I find this out, when I figure this out, I'm going to be a wreck for like a month.
It's very, I mean, the ups and downs, people think that genealogy is not a big, like, oh, it's, but when you have these pocket secrets that you don't know who they are, or you thought that you had all the answers, and then your life just flips because, oh, the brother did, like, the brother did the DNA and they're not full brothers. So wait, who's my grandpa?
Right.
Like trying to figure this out and going through these different hoops, lanes, and everything else, trying to get records, trying to, follow whatever procedure that New York State or whatever other state wants you to go through. It's like, oh no, you can't get this death certificate because you need to get the birth certificate first.
Right.
But the birth certificate, you got to show that they're dead. So,
right.
Well,
No, I mean it's a real thing. I can tell you right now. The last time I cried physical tears was 2005 when my great grandma died, and the other day when I read my fourth great grandfather's brother's name on a record, I bawled like a baby. So it's a real thing. It's a very emotional roller coaster, I guess. Right? You go from hopeful to pissed off to through the roof
resigned
to rock bottom again,
like, oh, I'm never going to find it.
I'll
Like,
probably
you
do
just sit there.
with the Molnar side, like my third great grandfather, his baptismal record only has his mother's name. She was a Molnar, and it says illegitimate.
Oh.
So that's where the brick wall kind of right there. We don't know who her parents were, and we don't know who his father is.
It really says illegitimate on it?
Yeah, this was early 1800s.
That's interesting. Okay.
Early to mid. Yep, it says illegitimate. It's all in Slavic, so I had to have somebody translate the whole thing for me just to find out there's nothing.
I mean, really, that just means that her mother wasn't married at the time she was born, right?
Yeah.
So it could be whatever man was in her life, they just weren't married, right?
Yeah, and they
She could have later married the man that was this child's father, right?
Yeah, and the issue with it though is, so the great grandfather's name was Molnar. His mother was Felicia Molnar. Those are two of the most common Slavic names you will ever come across. It's like Ryan Smith here.
Right.
Smith, Wood, and Stone. Come on. I don't want to hear it. Maine. Come on.
Yeah, because actually over in Hungary and the Slavic territories, Molnar has like gone between being the second to fifth most common last name over there.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So, like, what the hell?
The funny thing is I know a Molnar that lives in Canada, like in Ontario.
Yeah, I rarely come across other Molnars, and we just had another Molnar start at my work like 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
What the hell?
yeah,
And
that's weird.
so I got talking to her about her husband's family, and I guess they've only been over there for like 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
My great grandpa came in 1921.
Yeah.
As far as we know, there's no like close connection, but like I said, over there, Molnar is super freaking common.
Right.
So I just wanted to check in a
Take
book
over the world.
because I've got. I was gifted these. I don't know if you can really read it because it's backwards. It's called The Frontiersmen of New York.
Mm.
So it's 2 volumes. I never thought to look for the Frost in there. I just got
Oh,
them last.
there's gonna be lots of them.
Not the first one.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah,
not the index anyway.
What are we calling the frontier of New York? I mean,
I don't know.
because Western New York wasn't settled for a long time, right? So would that have been considered the frontier?
Could be.
Oh, geez, you kept that up there from last night. Last night on the other live, he wrote my name on the magnet, and it's still sitting on his thing right there.
He showed it earlier.
I'm so freaking tired. I haven't even noticed what's been going on.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I don't like it. I told Allie earlier, I was like, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you're this tired all the time.
What?
Half the reason why I was late. I laid down after my soccer game.
I did that
And
earlier.
you went night night.
Set an alarm
I did.
for 6:30, just in case.
Ugh.
So gross. Wasn't settled. Yeah. Well, Western New York wasn't gone graving, but like upper New York City and the Hudson in Ulster County and Montgomery County, they were settled in the
Jefferson.
mid 1700s. Huh? Jefferson?
Yeah.
1798.
Otsego County was only 1793, 1790.
Broome County was 1788.
Pretty much anything west of Oswego wasn't until like 1830 or something, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because that was pretty thick Indian territory that way, and what Indian tribe was there?
Iroquois?
Seneca? Something like that. I don't really know, but
For Christ's
they were
sake.
very friendly, right?
I kept you, Mac. You're fine. You got a violation.
Kept me?
Well, it asked me if I wanted to remove you.
What did you violate?
Oh, really? I must have hit the vape on the screen again. I get those all the time.
Well, B had one once for drinking a root beer.
Jasper, go.
There's Onondaga, Cayuga, Oneida, Sininia, Mohawk, and the Chinook.
Oh yeah, the Mohawk.
They were not very nice.
No. Oh,
It was part of the Iroquois Nation.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's what
Six
it was.
Nations.
Yeah.
Yep. They were like the first confederacy, so to speak, of
Right.
tribal nations, I believe.
Yes.
A tribe that was part of the Iroquois Confederacy.
The Mohawk Valley, right? You guys have that over there too. Yeah.
Yep.
My ancestors were Seneca.
Yeah. I believe it was the Mohawk that were well known for scalping folks
Yes.
just south of there too, right?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
grandfather, like my actual grandfather, was scalped when he was cutting down a tree. Stuck in like the Y of a tree, and when it came to come down, it slingshotted and went right across the top of his head,
Oh.
right down to his skull.
Yikes.
Yep.
Literally found in the book about I don't know if he's my ancestor anymore because the whole who's my grandpa thing. But if it is my grandpa, so what happened is Joseph Foltz ran, so there was a whole bunch that came in. Joseph Foltz ran to get his gun, which separated him from the rest. and 9 of the party pursued him. His back on them, he gave them a parting salute. They were in close proximity, and his, you really should say pew pew on here, was loaded with 21 buckshot, and as they were favorably in line, 3 of the rascals bit the dust. This is what they wrote in the book. They bit the dust, never to rise again. But yeah, so they got him with buckshot, and then they did that.
Yep. Well, it's not. Yesterday, I had B read an obituary that was a lot worse than that.
Obituary? That thing was.
A horror movie?
Yeah.
It was probably the most graphic article I've ever read.
Speaking of your family, when I was
stop it.
When I was looking up stuff on this supposed Benjamin Frost, I noticed that he was either living next door to or with some Diffendorfs at one time.
Diffendorfs?
Yeah, and I remembered that name from one of your videos, so I was like, I wonder.
The last time I really cried. That was the last time I really cried. The Bible.
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, I kind of wonder.
Thank you, Cheryl.
If that was some sort of relation to you, and if somehow the Frosts and the Diffendorfs were commingling.
I'm a Diffendorf.
What's that?
I'm a Diffendorf.
Oh,
Kinda.
I thought you said you were a Diffendork.
I am.
You are really?
Yeah, my grandmother's a Diffendorf.
Oh, okay.
Her last name is Diffendorf. Her grandmother might have did a little hanky panky with a Jewish guy.
So you may not have any Diffendorf DNA.
No, we checked. We're not related.
We're not
I'm related to Demendorf, but it's the opposite line. So hers is from one brother and mine's the other brother.
No. Huh. Well.
Different brother.
All right, well, I gotta go.
Hey, thanks for leaving.
What's that?
So, hey,
missed
thanks
it.
for leaving.
Yeah, it's time for me to go to bed. I gotta be up at 5:30 or whatever.
Say hi to the wife and kids.
Yep, I will.
Good night.
See you later.
Night.
For you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Should I read that news article there, Tasha?
Yeah. Yes. Read it to her.
Oh my god, okay. Okay, graphic warning.
This
Go ahead,
is
Tasha.
the guy. This is the guy that owned that cemetery that Jasper was afraid to go into for the longest time.
Okay. Don't get too graphic.
I will
Maybe
I will try. I will try.
Maybe just change some words along the way.
I will try.
Yeah, don't show the pictures.
Oh, I won't.
He did yesterday and it didn't do anything to him, but
Yeah. Rodman Farmer sends a
Oh, cool.
I don't even know how to even go about this. Sends a projectile into his brain. George Eason, wealthy agriculturalist, holds his neighbors at bay and unalives himself in their sight.
Oh.
Nice.
Rodman, April 22nd, is in a fit of temporary insanity. George Eason, a wealthy farmer living on the outskirts of this village this morning, held a crowd of his neighbors at bay with a pew-pew and then sent a projectile crashing into his brain, producing death within half an hour. The pewing caused a great sensation in the village. Mr. Easton was one of the wealthiest farmers in this section of Jefferson County. He was the owner of two immense farms, and on one of these which lies just the edge of this village. He resided with his wife. For the past few days, he has exhibited signs of mental derangement and spent much of his time walking about the house and premises. About 9 o'clock this morning, Mr. Easton started walking about the house and finally went down to the cellar of his house. A few minutes later, the occupants of the house and those nearby were startled by the report of a pew-pew. They rushed to the cellar, but by this time, Mr. Easton had made his exit and had gone out into the dooryard. A crowd of neighbors and villagers soon collected, including Dr. H.L. Smith, Louis Richmond, Jacob Hughes, the hired men, Will Jewett, and others. These men attempted to secure the pew-pew, which Mr. Easton was flourishing, but he held all at bay with the... I don't want to finish that sentence. Finally, he placed the muzzle just between his left ear with his left hand, and there, in sight of the conquered folk, he pulled the trigger, sending a projectile into his brain, which later caused his death. Dr. Smith attended him, but the wounded man never regained consciousness, and 30 minutes after firing the pew was a dead man. The pew was a .32 caliber. The funeral arrangements had not yet been perfected. The unaliving had been a lifelong resident of the section. He was 57 of age and leaves a widow and one son, Fred Easton, a young man of 22 years of age, who resides at Lorien, this county, being a clerk there in the store of C.D. Grishaw, his father-in-law. Mr. Easton never held and what?
It's Lorraine. You said Lorien, so
Lorraine.
I just wanted to let you know how it's pronounced.
Lorraine.
Mr. Sorry.
Easton. Go ahead.
No, start over. I wasn't listening. No, I'm just...
And the last
I'm
part
kidding,
is just
Brian.
about how he was never part of any office and everything like that. But yeah, that was the article that one sent to me.
So his grandson, actually, so when you go down where the farm is, there's a bridge that goes over some. Right off the side is where the cemetery is. His grandson was 2 years old, riding a tricycle out there, fell off from that bridge into the water and drowned. George was supposed to be the one keeping an eye on him when it happened. So the way it seems like with some of the articles I've read, he was not the same after that happened. And kind of went.
He probably blames himself.
Yeah. The article on the kid drowning, talks about all the doctors, how they thought that he was not alive any longer. They rushed him to Autumn Center, and they met with Dr. Goodenberry, and all the different doctors that came to look at him and all this stuff. Their articles and obituaries are long.
Yeah.
That was for the longest time. Jasper did not want to go into the Isham Cemetery. And you've seen Jasper go into some freaking creepy looking cemeteries. He just kept saying it was a bad place. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's like, let's go.
Yeah.
No, dude. No, dude. No.
So the fact that he did not want to go in that cemetery, he was 3-4 years old, did not want to go in. Refused to get out of my mom's truck. And then it was a couple of times of that, and finally, I think it was a year later or something, he's like, no, it's not a bad place anymore. And he gets out and starts running around in the cemetery like he was playing with somebody. And finally, all the creepy stuff stopped happening. My mom and I went in that cemetery. As soon as we got in the middle of it, it started downpour raining. We left, and as soon as you walked out of the cemetery, it stops raining. Nothing was wet, just in the cemetery.
That's a little weird.
But as soon as he got out and started doing that, there's been nothing weird since then. And then we got all of these records about, like, we have totes full of records on people in Rodman. And we found the obituary for the kid and found out, like, this kid drowned in the cemetery right there. So I don't know. I'm a superstitious person, so
He wanted to know. He wanted somebody to know what happened. Like he wanted somebody to know what was happened, and then he was good. He's like, see, now they know. I'm cool now.
yeah, he's actually
Was it
very
that difficult?
Fairview Cemetery. Both of them actually are, because the cemetery was no longer active when either one of them passed. And that's the cemetery that you helped me in before, Allie.
Sure.
What is this? What is the cemetery called again?
So they are buried in Fairview Cemetery. There is a cemetery that's on their land that is Isham Gulf Coast Cemetery. That Isham Gulf Coast is the one that the boy passed right next to, and the farms that George owned are on that road. But that cemetery was no longer active, and they were buried in Fairview.
Where'd WV go? Did she say that she was leaving and I just missed it?
Yeah, her internet was messing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of pew-pews, I was taking update photos yesterday in one of the cemeteries by my work and found a hunting pew-pew stashed in the corner with a jacket.
Oh.
And come to find out, when the sheriff's department inevitably came to interview me, because I let the city works guys know about it. Mind you, the cemetery's right by a park, and there's a lot of kids always running around, so, you know, I wasn't just going to leave it be.
Yeah.
I didn't touch it. First and foremost.
Good girl.
But they said when they collected it, it was loaded and the safety was not on.
Oh, God.
Good thing you didn't touch it.
I was so horrified. I couldn't believe it. It was obviously not forgotten. I feel like it was stashed.
Yeah, for sure.
It was either stolen or somebody was out, depending on what kind of pew-pew projectile was in it, was either turkey or deer, and it's not deer season.
Two-legged, four-legged.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
You can hunt turkeys right now, I think, but hunting season doesn't open until the 15th for pew-pews and deer. So there's no reason they should have been back there with that.
I would have been like, ooh, crime scene.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I didn't touch it. I've watched enough crime shows. I'm not touching that.
Nope.
I'm such a crime nerd. That would have been my first thought. I gotta solve a murder today.
Next thing you know, I'm getting strip searched in freaking county jail because, Megan touched it because she was curious. Nope, not happening to me. I'll take a picture and report it, but I'm not touching it. The pew-pew I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was just making sure everybody...
Oh, no, they broke it at 2 minutes after.
Oh.
2 minutes.
Perfect.
Didn't even make it in. Yeah. Everybody wasn't even here yet. It was... Yep, 2 minutes.
So, yeah, that was a little bit of an adrenaline rush first thing before work yesterday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then the sheriff's department called my work, and she was asking me all these questions, and at one point I just went, ugh. And she was like, you're not in any trouble. And I said, I know, it's just a thing now. I've given you my driver's license number. It's a thing now.
Interrogation.
Well, I know I didn't do anything wrong. So I'm just naturally guilty feeling. So I just automatically think I'm in trouble.
I've
please.
watched
Every
Unsolved
time,
Mysteries.
go ahead.
I was to say I've watched Unsolved Mysteries. I know how this goes.
Right,
Uh-huh.
me too. Almost all of them.
That's how I literally answer my supervisor when they're like, "Hey, Allison, can you come here for a second?" I'm like, "I didn't do it." That's
I always
literally my
ask, am I in trouble?
answer. Like, "Nope, I didn't do it." And they're like, "What do you mean you didn't do it?" I'm like, "I didn't do it. If I was supposed to, I'm working on it."
It's a solid response. I like that.
Covered the bases.
North Central, what's up, man? Missed
Hey,
ya.
how's it going? Hey, I've been busy.
How rude.
I know, right? Seems like every Thursday I get at 7 o'clock I get called out. I have to go back to work.
Work?
That sucks.
No.
Oh yeah, yeah, busy. No, finally I'm at home by myself. Everybody's gone. So yeah.
Get out.
I
Get
know
out.
I get to be on the Grave Geeks and I'm on my computer doing work.
Sweet. Well, I mean, except for the work part, unless you want to do
Well,
the work.
it's videos. So
Oh, okay. It's like me
yeah.
and my training today. It's like, click. Are you still watching? Are you watching the video? Yes, I am watching the video. Are you listening to the content? Of course I'm listening to the content. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Click. I've taken it HippoCourse 15 times, okay? I can say it almost in my
Mm-hmm.
sleep. I'm good. So anything else new with anybody? Bee's falling asleep.
So how's the weather? Everybody's weather okay? Are we still in
No, it's cold.
cemeteries? Are we? It's cold.
It's cold.
No,
It's cold.
Freaking cold.
it's 60, 70 degrees here.
Not in Michigan. We're starting our
Hell.
descent into hell.
Sorry
Excuse
to
me,
hear that.
We're
winter.
all coming
I
down.
don't think that's what you'd call the frozen time.
We're all coming down, North Central.
Yeah.
How big is your living room, and how many air mattresses can it hold?
Oh,
I don't know. You might have to cuddle with a couple dogs.
I'm
all
good with
right.
that. Totally good with that.
They'll snuggle with Mac. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
Are we
there's one.
all bringing our puppies? Because it can be a puppy party too.
That's not a
That
puppy.
is
That's
the
a horse.
Oh yeah, he's got a little girth to him.
holy
It's
cow.
huge.
Is that a Dobie?
That's our Great Dane.
Oh,
Great Dane
that is a horse.
They're all low.
I can use him as a body pillow. It's okay.
Oh yeah, he likes to snuggle.
Wow. The snuggle.
Yeah, I usually sit down on this side of the couch and he takes up the rest.
Oh, Lord. What kind of, you wanted a Newfoundland, babe? Great
Oh, Newfoundland?
Pyrenees.
Oh,
No,
Great
he wants a
Pyrenees.
Great Pyrenees. And I'm like, no,
No.
it's bigger than me. No.
I love Great Pyrenees. I love Newfoundlands as well.
Have you seen
I
those
just like
gray
dogs.
wolfhounds? The Irish
I
My
ones
want one.
my
kind
neighbor
of look.
had?
I want one.
Go ahead, Megan.
My puppy kind of looks like a Irish wolfhound. It's funny because she's not even remotely close to a wolfhound, but she has resemblance to it. I want one of those puppies now that you bring it up, Krista.
I
They're
pet a lot
so
more.
big.
They're so cute though. They're so fluffy.
Oh, fluffy.
They are fluffy.
So fluffy.
They're just so fluffy. Mm.
Sorry, I didn't have a topic this week to like bounce off for everybody because I was so tired when we got off from Halloween. I didn't know what planet I was on. I'm like, can I go to bed now?
I thought about that. I was like, oh God, what was the homework?
Oh, I
And
had
I was
people asking
really
me. I'm like,
thinking
I don't know.
hard.
I'm
Yeah,
like, I didn't write it on my phone.
It was pretty bad when Tasha messaged me. She's like, "What is it?" And I was like, "I don't know."
We had the week off due to Halloween.
It was just too much with the costumes and the everything and the walking around and the sugar highs and the candy. No, that's okay.
Okay, what did I do?
No, you messaged. You asked me what the
Assignment, your homework.
assignment was.
You're the only
Oh,
one who
yeah.
didn't do the homework.
Yeah. Well, apparently my dog thought the homework was to eat my whole bag of fresh chocolate chip cookies and then puke them up on my freaking floor.
Ugh.
Ew.
It was
Just keep
really
an
That
eye
is
on the
freaking
the
belly.
only
gross.
thing that I don't do well with
Oh, me either.
is
Dog vomit.
Yeah, I
ugh,
don't do very well with vomit in general.
me
So
either.
I just had a moment to myself for a second there.
I
I'm
just
a
hate it when
sympathetic puker too, so if you're puking, I'm puking too.
What's up,
Oh,
If
Allie?
I even hear the noise, I'm done.
Allie, what's up?
for the love of God.
Before I forget, because I've forgotten 3 times already since I remembered this. If anybody needs, so there are some of us, I know I do, has an World Explorer Ancestry account. And a couple weeks ago, I found out that you can actually let friends use the account as well with their own. Yes, you can share it.
Really?
You're muted, so whatever you're trying to say is not going to come through.
If you bought the bundle package,
Right.
She did. It
I
looks
have
like.
World Explorer, but I don't have the other stuff that goes along with it, so I can't share it.
I do.
So, as far as I know, you can share it with 3 people. So, if somebody needs it, let me know because I have shared it with
Does
0 people.
Does anyone know Dora Historian?
I know Explorer.
That's what I was
I
getting
was
ready
gonna
to
say
say.
she is the only one I know of.
Dora
Don't like them?
Historian, do you have any questions
Huh?
that you would like to ask or anything
You don't
like
like them?
that? We are more than welcome to ask before you come up. We just want to know what your intentions are before we bring someone up.
Chaos. I'm just kidding.
I'll bite.
Oh, okay.
Allie, if nobody else wants it, I'll raise my hand for that one because I'd love to get into Sweden.
Hi,
I have
Dora.
it too.
Can you hear us?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going today?
We did it. Hooray.
Can you? So we've got you up in the box. You can talk if you want,
I thought I heard
Dora.
her.
I thought it was just the echo in my head.
Now I'm questioning whether I did or not.
We all need medication. Oh,
Or not.
Oh,
oh.
Okay, that's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
You good?
Hey, remember the first couple times that I almost ended the live? Let's just,
Yeah.
first couple.
be nice.
I wasn't going to say it, but North Central did.
No, then
You
you guys
missed me,
kept
didn't
going
you?
with it. I so did. So yeah, Krista just messaged me about it later, and I think I'm gonna need your email address and possibly your username, and then I'll
Okay.
figure out how to share it.
Awesome.
Al, I was
Yeah.
just going to ask you how you found that out and where you go to look for it to see if you're able to do that.
It was a genealogy blogger. I don't remember.
Hold on.
But I'm sure it's on something somewhere that I'll figure out if I can. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's not true and you can't. But
Worth looking
if I
into it.
can,
So hold on. On my laptop.
You can
Yeah.
gift memberships.
Manage or
Stop
invite
that.
clan members.
see,
So
5, no 4.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's for all access, not world membership or world explorer.
Well, still,
Oh,
so if you have all access,
I have it as well. I just found it.
so there's 4 spots. I've got 4 spots. He's got 4 spots. So if
Yeah,
anybody
that's
needs,
not this.
I may be hitting one of you up for a little access boost. You
Yeah,
know.
that's not the same thing.
Okay, yeah, all we'll need is the email, or you can send an invitation link.
Okay.
Ooh.
World Explorer is the next step down from all access.
oh, my bad. I've got the top tier thing. It's
Yeah,
my Christmas present from him.
I have a notification set up in my phone for November 20th because mine renews on the 24th.
So
So
you
I
know
need to
that you
Yikes.
remember.
can gift your, so turn off the auto renewal, and then the Black Friday sales, you can gift a membership. So you get the discount code and you have your mom give her the money. You have your mom buy you the gift membership and
Yeah,
then
we
send
split
it
it
to you.
anyway.
Right. But that's what happens. He buys it for me,
And then sends
but
it.
and then sends it, and then I use it, and then you get, every time it's like 50 to 30 to 50% off every year. I never pay full price.
How do I get
Jay.
out of the big box? I don't like this. Like, I don't like this.
You
Jay,
said
you look
that's
like you
Black
wanted to say
Friday.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Why am I
But
paying?
don't bother. If you can go off my access, I'd rather you do that, than this way you don't have to pay for anything. I'm
Yeah.
already paying for it, so
If we do that, like, does it make it so that all the trees merge together, or do they essentially
no,
have their own? Okay.
they have their own account.
I'm like, I quite literally have probably almost 100 trees on my account.
It's kind of like your Microsoft account, how
Oh, I would
everybody
imagine.
can have, you can share it
I've
with
got
5
52.
people.
Okay. You can
Okay.
share your plan with up to 4 additional people. Once someone accepts your invitation, you'll see them listed as a plan member. So that's the only thing that you'll see it as.
Mm.
Okay. So in that case, then my Aunt Michelle pays for her own account too. So maybe I can just do that with her, and then we'll have 3 of us splitting it. 'Cause that's like 200 and something bucks every 6 freaking months.
I pay 3 for every month, every 6 months.
Let me see what mine was.
I've
I'm
been
telling
working
you.
on my American trees, my American side, so I dropped mine down to just the US for the time being because it's too expensive. I'm too
I have
broke.
I have to tell my boyfriend because his grandmother is Canadian. So I'm like, if you want me to do your family research, you need to allow me to have full access to everything.
I get a little bit of a stipend through the DAR too because I have to have it being registered to access documents and stuff. So every
Yeah,
year
you can get a discount.
they give me like $100 towards it every year. So
I think you can actually get a. Sorry.
It's okay. I think I paid $275 for the all access for a year.
for a whole year.
Yeah.
That's a very big discount from what it's supposed to be.
Gift membership Black Friday.
Okay, I'll look into that because right now I'm at $259 every 6 months.
I'm at $299.94.
Yeah, we got it because we called and bitched at them.
Because
Do you know how many times I used a free trial before I actually paid for anything? I free
Yeah.
trialed it for like 6 months. All you got to do is change your email address. It's not rocket science. I don't know how they
Yeah.
haven't figured this out, but I got free trial for like 6 months because I just kept changing my email address.
I still got 49 email addresses.
I don't give a shit. Gmail's free.
Listen, I have.
All you need is a name, and a random birthday.
someone is echoing
Works
really,
every
really, really
time.
bad.
I think I have 10 different email addresses because of all the Audible free trials that I
Yep.
did.
Yep.
All
I've just been re-listening to books because I refuse to pay $16 a month
I
for
still
Audible
do.
when I'm not. Maybe I'll renew when they give a good temptation. Hey, we'll give you this deal to re-sign up.
I'll just send you my login info. There's a lot of things on there.
I don't know. You like saucy books. And
No,
I listen to the same books over and over and over, so I find comfort in that. It allows me to work. I listen to a lot of Harry Potter and Game of Thrones.
I think I have one of the Harry Potter ones on that Audible account. That was actually the series that had me do 10 different Audible accounts so I could get them all for free.
I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 and 2 are too short. I won't spend money on them.
I just found another Revolutionary War grandfather.
There you go.
Cool.
Ooh.
So
Where?
I'm excited about that. His name was Stephen Bratley Westbrook. He's buried in Georgia, but he was from Virginia.
Very cool. Excuse me.
Now I'm going to pull my stuff up. Said his last name was Westbrook.
Yep, senior.
Not necessarily.
First Georgia Regiment under Colonel Elijah Clark. Sorry.
What was the first name?
Stephen. Sorry. Stephen.
Okay, so we have him in here. Says problems have been discovered with at least one previously verified paper. Let's see what that is.
Oh, someone probably didn't document their blood.
Yeah, I think that's all it is.
One thing I found with the older generations when they use senior and junior, like it was just a couple videos ago where it was like Alfonso or whatever. He was actually the kid was, it says junior, actually he was the third because the other generation's dead, so they would just say junior and senior, and then one would die, and then the next one, that one was junior.
My family's like that.
I don't know if you've seen
a third and we call him junior. It's very odd. You think they call him the third, but no.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the thing on
Third does take up a lot of space.
Grant where she was talking about the picture. I posted a video on it, but the kid that they called Junior was not actually like a junior because he was the child of, I can't even think, my brain's not working. Never mind, I'm not here right now.
Your brain's mouth isn't working?
Yeah,
I know how that feels.
When you remember, go watch the video with the tour guide in front of the picture at Grant's cottage. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Was he the son of Grant's son?
Yes.
I watched that video because I love Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah.
I can't remember which son though, so.
It was Jesse Root Grant.
That one.
That's Ulysses S. Grant's father's name.
Ulysses S. Grant's real name is Hiram.
Hiram
Did you know
Ulysses
that?
Grant.
Yep.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Cousin?
I should have
Yep.
known that.
And
First cousin.
I think they signed. How did U.S. Grant come to be? I can't pull the memory. I think they were signing into a hotel, something like that. I don't remember. What is it, Mac?
West Point
Yes, that's what it was.
Yes.
is the military college.
Yep. I couldn't, for the life of me, remember. I'm glad to see that there are other Civil War history dorks in here because it's It's one of those obsessions that I don't know why I love it, but I do. So I'm glad to see other people like it too.
He's my
That man
first
all the way in
cousin,
the
so
corner.
I kind of had to learn about him.
Oh, look at you.
That man all the way in the corner, North Central, does military stones. So.
Oh, I know. I love his videos. I definitely can appreciate that work.
So I just found the muster and payrolls for his stuff, so I'm excited about that.
Very
Mustard.
Well, if you want more information on him, I can send it to you.
Yes, please.
No, he doesn't want to. No, that's all right.
No.
He's got enough info.
So I was just
No
looking.
genealogist ever.
The reason
Don't
that
forget,
it's
Tasha.
what?
Sorry. Go ahead.
The reason that problems have been discovered with it is because he had 2 different wives, and one of the applicants wrote the wrong wife on their application.
Yeah.
So it's not really a...
Oh, shit.
Like I said, there was blood missing somewhere. There was probably a baby that needed to be,
baptized.
Yeah. Sorry, DARs are ridiculous when it comes to their stuff.
I know.
Keep poking at me, I'm going to bite that finger.
Go
Tosh,
ahead.
how do I go about applying for DAR?
What?
Just send me a message, okay? Here.
Yes,
hold on.
ma'am.
And just hold on.
Oh, sorry.
You said, Tasha, don't forget.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah. What was
She
that noise
forgets.
be?
She's the one who needs Post-its all over the place.
No, you act like I don't have them all over the place.
I have Post-its everywhere at work.
It's my carpeting. It's my wallpaper.
I had to remember, I don't know, it was one day for work, we were doing a birthday party for one of the coworkers, and I had to remember to bring an apple cider and donuts. So I put a Post-it note on my front door so that when I went to leave, I'd see it. Jasper walks out that morning, he's putting his shoes on, and he goes, "Really, Mom? Really?" Like, yes, really.
I have a Post-it note on my front door that says, "Chris, shrimp." So he remembers to bring the shrimp that are in our freezer to work. So we are big fans of the Post-it note around here, Tasha.
Yep, I have no
It's the only way.
Did you know that you
Engraving.
can...
Have your mom join DAR first.
Yeah.
Who, me?
No, gone engraving.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That will make your life so much easier.
Good point.
Because if your mom's in DAR, then it's almost like an automatic, oh, you want to be an SAR? Okay. What's your mom's application number? Sure. Well, you're in. They don't even check.
But that only works if it's through your mom's side.
Awesome. So I'm related to the second lady.
The lady.
Wow. It doesn't tell me exactly which application, but there's like 20 people that have joined under him.
Oh.
So there's papers in there that are correct. Like the last one, it looks like, let me see. The last one
Good.
joined in March of this year.
That one's definitely good then.
Yeah.
Could you maybe hook me up with some information, who they are?
Yeah.
Name,
Well,
address, phone number, social security
Social
number.
Security. I want credit cards.
This one's a Carol Renfro.
Frosty?
Because that's pretty cool, though. If I can find Rufio.
Rufio! Oh! I watched that yesterday.
I've never
I love
seen
you too.
I watched it. What?
Awesome.
Who said they've never seen it?
Thank you.
What is
I
it?
don't know what it is.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
from the
related
movie
to.
Hook
Yo.
with Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams,
And
circa
Dante Basco
1995.
as Lucio.
And don't forget Bob
The purple food.
Hoskins.
Glenn
Which
Close is also in that. She has a small
What?
part.
She's in that, and I've not seen it.
She's the one who gets thrown into the boo box, and I can't handle that scene. I can't.
what's the
It's the
name
one
of the
scene.
movie?
It's called Hook.
Hook.
Oh.
Hook. Give us the
It's
hook.
I've
based off
seen
of
it,
Peter
but I
Pan.
was like,
Hook. Give us the hook. Yes. Mac, I knew I liked you.
came out.
Bob Hoskins' characterization of Smee was beautiful.
Yes. What about Smee? Smee's me.
What about Smee?
What about me?
Smee's me.
I agree with you.
Never seen it.
Oh my God.
You have
Jay.
kids, there's no excuse.
Oh.
He was busy
No
making
excuse.
more.
Shot to the heart right there.
Well,
That
you can
was
make
one
more
of
while you're
the
watching
only
the movie.
movies that all my siblings and I could agree on.
Is it
And
on
so we
Disney
watched
Plus?
it a lot.
Yes, it's on
It-
Disney. It's a Disney movie, so.
It's on Paramount right now because that's where I watched it too.
Mm.
I have to see if I can find some
Before I
Paramount.
forget.
locals.
It's so good.
Oh, hang on. Tasha's update.
Yeah, the last one that I found that was under the long A name there that I'm not even going to try to pronounce was February 2023. So,
Ooh, sweet.
Fairly recent.
recent and verified.
So it's from.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so it's from my 6th great grandmother. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Chaos,
one.
you're absolutely right. Sorry.
Stephanie Rabbit, but spelled Rabbat. The Rabat.
Well, they had a lot of children, so I'll have to figure out who is what.
Hold on. This one goes through. Where did it just go? I just said a naughty word. I'm saying.
Oh, Cheryl!
Let's see. This is through William.
Which one?
William Westbrook.
Cheryl,
That's my grandfather. That's my
And
5th great
then-
grandfather.
Irvin.
Hold on.
Berlin.
Whoa. Sorry, I'm kind of freaking. Give me 1 second.
Freaking.
Okay, so William, and then through who?
Irvin.
Irvin. Okay, not that one then. I'm related through Margaret. Margaret is my 4th great grandmother.
Just send me the line because there's like
I found
said,
I found it. So
like all the way straight down through.
So William had a lot of women.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, buddy.
And he married Susanna Lee, who had Irvin.
Okay, this is listed as Mary Chandler.
He gets around.
Oh, it could be. For my records, though, it was Susanna Lee, but that's all good. And I'm related through Margaret, who is the daughter of Dorcas. Dorcas?
Dorcas.
Actually, I know a Dorcas. She used to be Amish.
Yeah, so she's related through the Dorcas line.
Okay.
Sweet.
Dorcas
That
is
makes
the first name or the last name?
That's the first name.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of them up here.
Yeah.
Dorcas.
And it's a male and a female name.
Yeah.
Sweet, that makes it a little bit easier.
We had a Dorcas that used to come to the grooming shop, and I went to say it, and she goes, "Nope, it's Dorcas." And I just thought to myself, man, that would not be a fun name to have.
Oh, that just sounds like it'd be torture for middle masters.
The
Richard
cemetery,
Dingleberry.
the cemetery that I cleaned, it was insane. The ones that I'm posting now, the old ones from the 40s and 60s, they're all insane names. Like, where did they come up with? Like, they're not biblical names. This is like Elzina. Like, She was not a warrior princess.
How do you know? Do you have a
1824.
time trap? Do you have a time machine?
Somebody just
If you
TARDIS.
do, you have a few people who want to use it.
Yeah.
Tasha's got a teleporter.
I wish. It doesn't work
Not-
anymore.
Well,
Commission.
If y'all come
North,
help me fix it, that'd be wonderful.
North Central, where did you see your F-18?
Here at the airport where I live just a couple miles from a small airport. And my son, he goes to a local college here. He's in the commercial pilot program to be a commercial pilot. And one of his sponsors knows the pilots out of Texas. And they were doing a fly around the U.S. basically for the day. And he talked them into changing their flight pattern and coming into the airport and having lunch with everybody and then flying back out. So it was kind of neat.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
that's neat. TARDIS noises.
But yeah, that thing, it took off and then hit its afterburners and went completely straight vertical, straight up in the air, right up into the clouds. It was cool.
When I was in the UK, I got to see their equivalent was the Red Arrows. Babe, what's the Blue Angels equivalent that we saw in the UK? The Blue Arrows, or red? Yeah, red arrows, red something, but it's their equivalent. And then it was also Kuwait. The Saudi Arabians. So there was two flight groups. So it was like the equivalent of Blue Angels and the Saudis equivalent, and they were both doing the air show when we were there. And I was just looking at some of the crap that they did, and it's nuts. I just was literally with my phone just like this, like videotaping everything, because they were literally doing like playing chicken and then turning. Right. And going within like 3 feet of each other and then passing and then going the other way.
Wow.
It looks close. Look close enough. Close enough that I wouldn't want to be in the plane. No thanks.
No.
You don't want to be a passenger in one of them?
No.
We have the Field of Flight air show every year around 4th of July. And I forget about it every year, and one of the cemeteries I work at is right down the road, and it is so loud every year because of those planes. I don't know exactly which ones they are, but they're the show planes that come and do all the aerial tricks. I don't know if anybody's heard about it. B, have you heard about the Field of Flight air show in Battle Creek they do every year?
No.
There was an explosion, I think, last year or the year before with some truck. It was not good. However, it's a really, really awesome show to go and see. We used to go every year as kids. And now I just forget and kind of watch from the cemetery.
Red Arrows.
Red Arrows, thank you. And then
it's kind of neat for me to be so close to the airport. My son, where he's in the program, he'll be getting ready to take flight in one of their planes, and he'll call me up and say, "Hey, go outside real quick and video," and he'll take off, and I can hear him coming across, and he'll just come across the mountain up in the sky, and just I'll video him flying around for a little while, and then he'll come back down and land. That's neat.
Except for like 3 o'clock in the morning when somebody decides to like hit their afterburners right over your roof.
Nah, you get used to it.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
Not when you sleep like I do.
And not me either, really.
Oh, they're practicing with the howitzers, like, 8 miles down the road, and you're like, really?
They've been flying like crazy out here. And like super, super low.
Less chance
Those
to hit
are
something?
810s.
Well, we did back when I think I was like 12, 13. We had 2 of their helicopters land in my dad's backyard. as we were getting off the school bus because it was too foggy and like the weather and all that kind of stuff. Now, mind you, this was like we were talking about 9/11 in school because it was the very beginning of September. I get off the bus to these unknown helicopters landing in my backyard. My dad worked nights. We always used to come up with like these elaborate stories to tell him to get him out of bed. So we go in and tell him that there's 2 freaking military helicopters in our backyard. And he's like, you guys, blah, 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 blah. He walks out there in his underwear because he didn't believe us.
Oh, okay.
They immediately took off.
We have pictures of us sitting in these helicopters and everything right in the backyard, but Dad goes out there and he goes, well, shit, you weren't joking.
This time.
The one time.
They were landing as we were getting off the school bus.
Fun.
Yeah, being
Royals.
around military. Sorry, B.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, being around military bases it makes it interesting. Like I was coming back from doing a family asked me to clean a headstone about 45 minutes away because the other grandparent was getting buried. So I'm going out and I thought I saw some trucks out in this field and I'm like, those don't look like normal trucks. So like, an hour later when I'm coming on my way back, I'm like, oh, it's the I don't want to get too on live here, but the things that they sent over to help Ukraine, like keep the sky clear. It had like the back in the truck and then it tips up and it goes up from there. Yeah, they had like 8 of those in the field and they were like messing with stuff. And I'm going, I'm going to drive faster away from here. Because I know some of these infantry guys are not so smart.
When we had the first earthquake and everybody was wondering if it was an earthquake or if it was Fort Drum that like trying some things out.
Oh, that was just artillery. No, that was an earthquake, hon.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no, that was actually an earthquake.
We've been having a lot of Blackhawks in my area recently. I got tagged by one. So I like to film them because they're really cool to see, and they were hovering really low to the ground, and all of a sudden in my video you can see a bright flash of light, and you can see something turn towards me where I was standing taking a video of this thing. So yeah, they caught me filming them. I thought I was gonna have someone come to my property and be like, hand over the phone.
Hello.
We were the first civilians inside Air Force One's hangar in 2000. We had to redo the pad, like a bunch of concrete inside of it. Some of the guys you can't do anything. It's Air Force One. I'm not saying that I was physically where they put the planes. Anything inside the fence where they put the planes is, oh, there she is.
That's
you were so cute when you were little. What happened?
That was one of the helicopters. I don't know why I was doing the double loser sign, but there I am.
Probably to your dad.
Yeah, it probably was. But
Did
I
he have
another
underwear on by
picture.
then?
Yeah, I think
Quite literally
so.
a sign of the times.
Hold on. I swear in every picture of me when I was younger, my tongue was sticking out. But I have a picture of both of them. 1 second.
So do you remember why they were there?
Because the weather was crap. Yeah, that's what we walked off the bus to. Both of them just
Kind of
landing.
said fog there.
The balls at the top of the radar, I believe.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I think like we're
spent way
used
too
to
much
wind
time
up
as a kid.
we're used to wind up here, but man, the freaking like wind that came off from those propellers when they started those helicopters back up was crazy. I was tiny and I thought I was
They
going
don't
to
play.
fly.
Probably
I
would
think
have.
we have.
They had them up to speed.
Yeah, we get a lot of them too, Cheryl. We have Camp Grayling that they do a lot of their testing in our area.
I've always lived near one.
Don't pick
somewhere.
on.
Oh, that I can't promise anything.
Definitely picking on you.
It's 10
Wow.
o'clock, so.
Oh, you can't even see in it anyway. But look at my brother.
Yep, those are the old green fatigues. I literally have a set of those in my closet.
It would have been way better picture if your dad was in his underwear.
Yeah. I have one of him sitting in it. Hold on. Let's see.
With clothes, please. Although I don't think I've actually ever met your father. You know that, right? She's not listening to me. Well, she can't talk back. Did you hear me?
Shockingly.
Tasha.
No, I don't think you have met my dad. That was back when he was skinny.
He's tall.
Yeah, he's like, well, he used to be 6'2". I don't know what he is now.
I was gonna say, is he Mac tall or no? Not quite.
I don't think there's too much of a difference. But then, hold on.
What, Jay?
I said we got to be pretty close in height.
Yeah.
What the heck? There's little girl Tasha. See, I was even choking my brother then.
You look a lot like my niece.
So cute and innocent.
That's
and
my
sweet.
actual hair
And
color.
life.
What happened?
I miss my
I
dad.
know. That
This
was
is my
before
actual
life
hair
took
color.
hold.
My hair
I
was
love
that
when
blonde
people
until I
say
was like 4.
Like, oh, your actual hair color, and like, here, you want it? You have it.
Yeah, this isn't mine.
It's
There's
weird
still
too
some
because it's
purple in
like
there.
dark up here. It's darker up here, and then as the ponytail goes down, it gets lighter just from the sun being up in a ponytail. You should see. I still, even to this day, I have for 2 years now, almost 3. I have the same suntan on my feet from my sandals, from my stupid shoes.
I have those for my flip flops.
I have a section of the bottom of my feet because I wear chucks and skinny jeans, so there is just that small section that's exposed to the sun that's tan, and then the rest of it's just white. Like my feet are white, and the rest of my legs are white, but the small section at the bottom has a real nice tan. So
just like an ankle monitor of just tan skin.
kind of.
Let me see if I can do it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah. That is a
You have
tan.
Chacos, don't you?
Huh?
Do you have Chacos?
I don't know. They're from Target like 9 years
okay.
ago.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
And then I had to go on what are the secondhand site things, Mercury or whatever, Poshmark or whatever, and found the same brand in the same size and bought like 5 pair.
Yeah. There was a pair of slip-ons from Payless that I bought every year. And when they went out of business, I kind of panicked a little bit because I didn't know what I was going to do. I had to take a pair that I had. They had a hole in the toe. So I have 2 pairs of black ones. And each pair had a hole in the toe, but on the opposite foot of the other one. So I was able to take the 2 that didn't have holes and make a brand new pair out of them. However, those bit the dust pretty quickly too. So no more airwalks.
I've got the like 3 pairs of tans, one dark, like the dark leather tan, and I think I got one in black. Pretty much if I could find them, because it's like the McCurries or something. It's some brand that Target carries. They were only like $10 the first pair I bought. Thank you, Tasha.
I forgot to do that earlier.
You're fine. So I just if I could find them in 8.5, I just buy them, and usually I can get them for like anywhere from $8 to like 15, but worth it to me because I know that they're gonna fit.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I just have a straight band across my foot from wearing flip flops out in the cemetery and just cleaning.
I don't tan, I
We're the
just
same
burn.
way. So it's the same the gladiator style, I guess they're called, or something. I don't know. My mom bought me a
Yeah.
Coach purse, and I'm like, oh, look, it's pretty. It's got little horses on it. And she's like, it's Coach. And I'm like, well, with horses?
Horsey?
I got it
Yeah, I
at
think
the
I've
outlet
seen
store.
I think I've seen you in the same sandals just about every year.
I don't
If it ain't
care
broke,
about
just
brands.
fix it.
I don't care about brands. I don't care. Like, my mom's always been like, oh, it's LL Bean or it's J. Yes, now I'm dating myself. J. Crew and Eddie Bauer and whatever.
Eddie Bauer.
So I'm like, okay, great. I don't care. I like the Walmart brand. Thank you.
I was gonna say I like the simple Walmart flip flops that are like $2. They're the most comfortable.
Oh, I'm a function over fashion, and the more economic, the better. Secondhand, absolutely. My pair of Chucks that I have, I kind of rotate them out because they are all just dying a slow death. But I don't want to buy a new pair because I got both of these pairs for free.
For free.
And they're the kid size.
For free. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
I did the head flip too, all at the
Okay.
same time. And they're little kid sizes, so I have found that the kids ones fit differently than the adult size ones. And they never have my size in the store, and I refuse to order shoes online
What
because
size are
they
your
won't
feet?
fit. I wear a 7 in women's, but a kid's 4.5, like a youth 4.5, fit me perfectly.
My kid
Like
wears
has a similar foot like in it. She's always embarrassed that she can fit in the kids' shoes. I said I would be trout metal around because those are cheaper.
Like my indoor soccer shoes are 5.5 in youth, and they're like $20 less than the adult ones. Why would I buy an adult pair if I can fit into the kids ones for cheaper?
My foot still fit.
I'm going to
I just
wear
look at
sandals unless he gets me waterproof boots, like the work boots that are waterproof, because I cannot stand out in the cemetery for 2 hours in socks and wet feet.
Yeah, that doesn't sound at all.
Can't do it. And I
I
make
bring
a
an
mess.
extra pair of socks with me.
I'll wear my work boots. They're Red Wings. They're waterproof.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, I'll get you the Red Wings. And I'm like, okay. And I don't have them yet. So I'm wearing my stupid shoes.
Allie's gonna get her red ones.
Oh,
Oh,
Go
I
Detroit.
get them for
I'm
free.
just kidding.
oh,
I have a pair of Wolverines that I need to break in. They're really nice steel toe ones, but they're just heavy.
Rockies come pre-broken. Somebody else wears them for you, I swear.
You
They pay
saying
somebody.
Rocky got my dog to look up out of his friggin' shirt.
Sorry, Rocky.
He's not feeling good. Like,
that's his own fault.
Oh, is Rocky the cookie stealer?
yes, he is, and I'm upset. I'm just happy
Yeah.
that they want special cookies. Like, I have oil for special cookies.
Oh man.
My grandma's gonna make me some of those. But thankfully it wasn't.
Grandma's gonna make me some of those.
Her
You know how
grandma's
weird
only
that
30,
sounds?
so.
No, I'm 30. My grandma actually just had her birthday on Wednesday.
Happy
And how old
belated
is she?
birthday, Grandma.
She was born in 57, I think.
Younger than my
My
father.
grandma's
Okay.
born in 57.
So, well,
So
she
was
was
my
30,
father.
she was 36 when I was born, and I'm 30. So yeah, she just turned 67. No,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Your grandma's the same age as my father.
Listen, she started young. She started young.
Her grandma's younger than my father.
She was pregnant. She was a hussy. She was pregnant at 15. Actually, she really wasn't a hussy like my grandpa was
Gotcha.
pregnant, but
I'm telling.
I tell my grandma that. I call her a little hussy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Cheryl. My dad's 74. Crazy cemetery dad's 74 years old.
Yeah, my mom is 73 too.
Mine's 76.
My great grandparents are in their 80s, late 80s, but
My
My
parents are
I
in their
think my
grandparents are in their
mom's
60s.
late
in
80s.
her mid 50s.
well, actually, my great grandma Westcott just turned 94 on Halloween, and then my grandmother's parents are gone. My grandfather's parents, I think, are 88 or 89.
So you still have 3 great grandparents.
That's
I
insane.
up until 2019, I had 5 of them.
That's
I
crazy.
don't even have any grandparents left.
I'm
I only
glad
had
they
2
decided to bang when
grandparents.
they were really young.
Mm.
I'm glad my grandma was a hussy.
I had my
I only
great
got
great
to meet.
grandmother.
What?
What?
I when I was 7, my great great grandmother was alive still.
Yeah,
Mm.
I had on the Westcott side, I
I
had
don't know
my
if I had a great great still alive.
grandmother and grandfather. On my dad's side, I had one great great grandma, I think.
I only met one great grandparent.
Me too.
I was 6 when she died.
I only
Jack.
remember one. I had 2, but one of them died when I was only like 16 months old or something. The other one died when I was 11.
Jasper had
I don't
well, Jasper had 5 great great grandparents alive. I mean, he still has.
Great.
Yeah.
He still has great grandparents alive. That's good.
Yeah, I had 3
Please
different.
tell me you take pictures.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I had 3 different 5 generation pictures with him.
Good.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, you got to think, my grandmother,
You do that
she's
for as long as you can.
67. She's a great great grandma,
That's
or not
insanity.
great. She's a great grandma at 67 years old. Not to just one child, 4 of them now, or 3.
Wow.
No,
That's not.
4. Yeah.
Anyways,
My dad's a great grandpa, and I have one grandma still alive.
so she's a great
I'm for,
grandmother.
she's a great great, yeah. And my other great great grandmother just passed away, or my other grandmother, his great great grandmother just passed away 2022.
Wait, if she's your great grandmother, she'd actually be a great grandmother to your grandson.
She's my grandmother. Sorry, she was my grandmother. It's his great great second great.
Yeah,
She's
your
my
great.
grandmother,
Okay.
right?
Gotcha. Okay.
Like my mom and dad are his great grandparents,
Right.
Yeah.
and then
Gotcha. And
both
then
of
you
their
still got
moms were still alive until one's still alive on my dad's side, and my other one just passed away in 2022.
Well, it's crazy to me to think, like, if Jasper, say if he has a kid when he's in his early 20s, My grandma's only going to be in her 70s, and she'll be a great great grandmother. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love having kids when you're young.
Yeah. I mean, I was
versus
21.
my family who were all old as hell, 31 for each of them. So like, I thought I was lucky to have 3 grandparents still alive when I was 30. But like, my oldest grandmother was born 1919, and then my youngest grandparent was my other grandmother, and she was born 1926.
Gosh.
I think all of my grandparents were born in the 50s.
Nobody in my family had kids until after 35, including me.
I don't think any of mine made it to their 30s before having kids.
Yep.
I had my
G
kid at 19.
I am too older than Tosh.
When your people turned 35, they were already grandparents.
Yeah, for real though. My grandmother would take me to the store and people would think that she was like I was her kid. And she just got to the point where she stopped correcting them. She's like, "Yep, it's my kid."
Yeah, it's easier that
I
way.
used to walk into school programs and they would think I was my kid's brother. Like everybody else, well, you know what I mean? Because I was only a little bit older than them. Everybody else that my older kids, went to school with, all their parents, I was 20, they were all in their 40s.
I've had people think that my youngest sibling is my kid. Because I was 21 when my youngest sibling was born. He's only 4.5 months older than Jasper is. So it's like, nope, this isn't my kid. This is my brother. Him and Jasper are in the same damn class.
You have to partner with your uncle now, Jasper.
Jasper sometimes says it in school just to be a little dick. He's like, yeah, it's my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
They went into pre-K. Now, mind you, Jasper's a big kid. Emery is tiny. Emery reminds me of like Alfalfa. He's this little scrawny kid. Jasper is built like a football player. And they went into pre-K. Jasper towers over Emery. And he walks in and he goes, yeah, this is my uncle. And the teacher's like, wait, what? Jasper looks like he's probably 2 years older than Emery, but he's just about 5 months younger.
So next week's homework.
Hold on, let me get sticky note.
Okay, get something to write with. We good? Post-it notes on the ready.
No.
Cool family story.
Cool family story?
Uh-huh.
That should be easy to remember, but I'll probably forget it. Okay. Cool family
story.
Yep. Now, it doesn't have to be like a super long story. In fact, I mean, stories are good, but let's keep the story under like 10 minutes.
What is next?
Otherwise, I don't get to go to bed, so. Any last questions? Because I'm turning into a pumpkin.
I'm already
there. I thought that was
last
week,
Yeah, Chaos, I am with you because it's like, yeah, I don't. My husband's family's the same way. Like his dad was the youngest out of all the kids, and of the youngest of all the kids, of the youngest of all the kids. So I think I've shown you guys before that.
That's how I am.
Yeah, his great grandfather could have been in the Civil War.
That's gonna be poor Emery.
Yeah, because I'm the youngest.
He was a kid when it ended.
Her mom's the second youngest.
That's gonna
and
be
her
poor
dad was the youngest. So I'm like the fourth or fifth generation of the youngest of the youngest.
Yeah.
So.
Are you the oldest, Tosh?
Yeah. That's why I'm saying it's funny. I'm talking about how young my grandparents and everything are. Meanwhile, Emery, who's the youngest, is gonna be like, yeah, my dad was 41 when I was born. Like with me, dad was 19. Emery, 41. So
My mom was 41 when she gave birth to me.
My mom was 28.
My mom was drunk.
30.
No, when I became a thing.
Maybe.
Oh, I mean, mine was drunk for that part too. She was 18 with that, but or no, she was 19.
Yeah, they knocked her out. She had an emergency C-section after 36 hours.
Jesus.
My bad. She said she didn't want kids. Well, I was trying to help with that.
Jeez. I was only in the hospital for 2 hours.
21 and 13. Yeah. Well, my father-in-law has two a nephew and a niece, or two nephews/nieces that are older than him.
No, he's got like 6.
Oh,
Older than him.
6 of them?
Yep.
Oh, well.
Rosemary had 5 kids.
Before he was
older
born?
than that.
Oh, wow. There you go. So.
We told my dad to keep it in his pants so that doesn't happen to Jasper.
Yeah. You gonna go North Central? We're all gonna go in a second.
I gotta go to work.
Oh,
you guys
Thanks.
have
Good
fun.
seeing you.
See you guys.
Happy early Veterans Day, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service.
And thank you. You guys have a good evening.
Bye.
So don't forget homework. Don't forget like, share, follow, repost videos because that helps everybody. And so I'm gonna say good night now.
Good night.
Love you today.
Good night, everybody. Glad I could make it
Good
this
night.
week.
I'm gonna try to sleep now.
Nighty night.